بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
But what I want to share with you in these last 5 minutes is وَلَا تَمُوتُنَّ إِلَّا وَأَنْتُمْ مُسْلِمُونَ. This is item number 1. There were 3 items, right? This is the first item. Don't you dare die except that you're Muslim. You know, one of the most important things we have to do as families is we have to talk about death. As families. Not in speeches, not in khutbahs, as families. Not if I die, when I die. People say, if I die, do this, this, this. No, 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 no. When I die, do this, this, this. When I die, make sure you please make dua for me. Even to young, like teenage kids, early, when they're just getting their consciousness, make them aware of death. If there's an opportunity to go to a janazah, take your family. Take your kids especially. Let them see a janazah. Let them see the burial. I know about the sunnah about the women. But other than that, I'm talking about just actually being aware of death. And the best way to be aware of death and to be aware of our mortality also is that we have to take our children out of their comfort zones. I'm telling you, wallahi, wallahi, even the ones of us that are not doing that well in this country, that have minimal, jobs and are barely getting by in their apartments, we're still living like kings compared to people in the rest of the world. Our children have a lot of luxury. Even in those of you that are living in small apartments, you open the fridge and there's 4 different kinds of soda and 3 different kinds of juice. And there are people that haven't had clean water for weeks, right? We have a lot of luxury and our children are used to it. We're used to it. We have to take ourselves out of that sometimes. We have to take ourselves out of that. Even for a little bit, to put life in perspective again. And that's really important. Because when our children we just become accustomed to luxury all the time, and we start getting used to it, we forget what we really are. What we really are is dirt. Allah created us from it, and we'll go back to it. That's all we really are. And a human being forgets that, right? The higher up he goes, he forgets where he came from. We have to remember where we came from. This is the first agenda. I haven't even talked to you about the laws of Islam and prayer and hijab and beard and this. None of that stuff. All I'm talking about is just be aware of Allah, man. Just be aware of Allah. Be aware that you're going to die. That your life has a purpose. And you're conscious of Allah now so He can take care of you later. You forget about Allah in this world, He'll have you forgotten in the afterlife. After you die, what are you going to do? A disbeliever can deny the akhirah. A disbeliever can say there's no coming to life after death. But even a disbeliever cannot deny death itself. Death is a reality. That's going to come. If there's one thing that makes us, worry. I actually love Ramadan for that reason. How much time left? A couple of weeks, right? How fast did that go by? How fast? That's your entire life is going to be like that. My entire life is going to be like that. Ramadan, you know how fast it went by? That's how fast life goes by. It's a good training on how, how we say, only a couple of weeks left. I got to do this. At least those of you that care. I got to pray more. I got to finish Quran. I got to do this. I got to do that. I have a little bit of time left. If you can develop that attitude in Ramadan, you should transfer that attitude to the rest of your life. I only have a little bit of time left. I got to get some stuff done. I got to put this investment in place. So once I'm gone, I keep getting the credit. The sadaqah jariyah, I keep getting it. From my children, from what I taught, from what I help people with. From good things I did in this world. This is our first campaign. For our families before anybody else. And worry about family before you worry about anybody else. If we can do that, inshallah ta'ala, we're going to be ready for the next phase of this campaign that will create this beautiful society that Allah wants us to become.